Hello there everybody, welcome back to episode 4 of my tutorial series for Prestige 1 in Against the Storm. So, we are today in the position where I want to win that game. We are right now not really profiting any longer from any beginner's bonus. We are in the year 7 at that point, and it is now time to close up the game. As you see here, the Queen's impatience is ticking relentlessly against us. We have almost no more orders that we can fulfill, so it is about time to win. But how will we pull this off? I have a couple of ideas on my mind. So we oddly enough have salvaged 2 tool shops, so we are going to salvage that one and we're going to rebuild the other one, as tools are now turning into the resource that becomes more and more important. We got ourselves a couple of ingots, if I remember correctly. I bought me some, or didn't I? I thought we had some ingots, but either way, crafting our own tools will be doable, so we're going to do that. Here we go. We're also going to open up now as many new glades as we possibly can, as this is very, very important for our future now, because we need to get that reputation in as quick as we can. This is basically all we can do now at this point, except for earning money, which is also another thing that we're going to do as hard as we can. We can, of course, try to get ourselves the 250 wood. We should, as a matter of fact, to get that trade victory point in. But all in all, yeah, there's only so and so much we can do now. Alright. The good part, though, is that we are getting ourselves now a third hearth on level 3, on level 2, which will make our own, or a whole hostility management game work out even better. So we are on a pretty good way here. Alright. So let's make sure we're going to open up another danger glade in time, as we still have the archaeology quest running. Okay. It is also very important for our city that we are going to manage to get ourselves as fast as we can some production going for anything that makes wine. We also need containers. That's another thing that was on my mind between these 2 episodes. And that is one thing that will be a little bit difficult. So, well, where did the copper bars go into? Do I make them into building materials? Trade materials? I'm confused where the copper bars disappear into. Well, we'll see about that. The next danger glade will give us another couple of opportunities to earn us some victory points. And the very important other thing here is we should be keeping selling things. I even keep selling pots at this point because I really want that amber. Okay, there will be a Zork visitation soon, so we can try to get ourselves. Maybe we can just buy those containers if we can't make them. This is personally, to me, one of my favorite parts about this victory path, as it gives you so many opportunities to fill in the gaps in your strategy by just, you know, picking up dits and dats from the traders. So the lizards will crank out their first reputation point for us quite soon. I'm very happy about that, as this will get us somewhere. Oh, whoopsie, I didn't mean to click that. My bad. So, what can we buy from Zorg? We got, for us, sadly, no berries or other things that we could transform into wine. Or, wait a sec. It was mushroom, reed, and berry. Reed wine, of course. Why not? But we are going to buy those containers, of course. Like, as I said, these are going to be important. I'm going to buy that flour as well, if I can. But here at this point, we are at a really cool part. We can just start trading in larger scales. As these crates, we can crank them out in mass production now. And we're going to keep producing them because we can, obviously, without any problems. So we're going to buy ourselves what exactly? Well, I'm going to go for some ale. There we go. And as you see there, we're gaining more and more hostility reduction just from the protected trade, and more resolve gain from the guild hall. And that bonus just keeps on racking up. It's wonderful. Love that. So we have enough workers available now, so we can start bringing things to the citadel. There we go. And the next clearing is open. So this is interesting. We have a lot of buildings here. And we got a Harmony Spirit Altar here. So we can... Unique service building adds global resolve. That is one thing that we could do. I'm pretty much inclined to do so. Or we could burn it down. Well, first of all, we don't have the necessary material for that. I mean, we are currently lacking the necessary amber for that transaction as well, but don't worry, we can do. So as you see here, not the provision packs. We can by now just do such wonderful things here. I love that. Let's fill that up as well. There we go. Could even make traders arrive quicker again. It's crazy. But we're going to go and resolve that. As this will be a really, really nice little bonus too. This will bring us, this will shift us into gear. So what do we have here? We got a cooperage, where we could make barrels, coats, and tea. And we got a manufactory, where we can make training gear, pigment, and provisions. Well, none of these is really interesting to me. What do we have here? A stamping mill. Pottery. Oh yeah, that is what we do need. Wonderful. See ya, Zorg. It's been nice with you. And I do see a pretty good chance of us winning this pretty quickly with this course of action here. Alright. And we got another pack of cash here. I am right now looking for a place or a cache that contains ancient tablets in a sufficient amount. This one. We are not going to send that one back to the crown, as I do intend to open it up. I also do realize that we're still making our bricks in there. This really hurts my feelings a lot. I also don't want to waste my stone on that any further. Very important to me. But as you see here, the humans and the lizards are starting to vibe hard just with the baseline things that we're doing. They don't even have services activated as of yet. We're doing our job really well at that time. So, a clan hall. So, since we do gain a decoration that is good for these things, I think this will be excellent, especially since the clan hall provides extra yield from collectors' camps, which is in our scenario actually really good, since we got a lot of collectors. I don't need the cellar, I don't need the rain mill. The leather worker could be quite nice, but we don't need fabric that desperately. No, it's gonna be the clan hall, especially since we now have a real intention to make them all happen here. So, what's the lack? The planks, but that's okay. No biggie. So we're currently cranking in half a reputation point per minute in the good times, so yeah, I am very positive that we are doing quite fine. So, setting up another farm. I mean, this is sort of a weird deal to put up a farm that far out there, but at the same time, I think it's massively worth it. Alright. Of course, happiness cannot be upheld in this time, but getting to have 6 woodcutters in the storm of year 7 feels good. This is really, if you manage to achieve that, you should be really happy with your outcomes because you're doing really great. Speaking about doing really great, we are starting to roll out the big dime now as we are going to crank out the big deliveries. You know, we got so many of these packs, we might as well start selling also in bigger numbers. No problem with that. The other goods here I don't want to give away, so there goes that. But if you go for a trading strategy, it is never a bad thing to give things away. I'll tell you what, we're even going to sell that part because every little bit of income makes us stronger. We already have almost turned the time back 2 years with that protected trade thing. That's as powerful as it gets. So, we do need 2 more glades opened. We have almost finished that event here. Oh, well, nah, we almost have finished that event. So, never mind. I will therefore take my woodcutters, and I am still shying away from that forbidden glade. You might wonder, why am I doing this? This is because I am not desperate to win. We have a solid strategy at our hand that will work out fine, so I don't need the high risk, high reward gameplay that Forbidden Glades are promoting. Because Forbidden Glades, they are really what the name implies. You get a really nasty event there that requires game knowledge and micromanagement, workers and resources, and sometimes it's just gonna be blown up in your face regardless of your efforts if you just have bad situation, combination of effects, however you want to call it. But yeah, it is really, really difficult at times to manage these, and I've made the experience that most of the time I preferred to not use them at all. And I went super well up until prestige level 15 with that strategy, so take that as you want to. So another level of peasant supplies, I really don't think we need that. We got lots of provision packs already, and we want to win soon. So this is not really something that I like to go for. We could go for hidden reward here. That would give us a lot of ancient tablets. I'm very inclined to do so, but I go for biscuit diet. We have a chance of double yields for farmers while under the influence of biscuits. And tell you what, we are biscuited up. So that will be absolutely a thing that we can and will do. Alright, workers are incoming. We are going to pick the caravan that comes with a bit of egg, as food stays relevant. You know, we are right now featuring such a big city, and that's the really nasty part about the late game of Against the Storm. It can implode. You see, we can fall flat on our face so darn quickly if we don't rule it out quickly now. That is why I want to settle the deal as fast as I can. You get what I mean. So we are going to go and produce as many tools as we can. It is very, very pleasant for me to see that we got so many things here already completed. Let's see, trade goods are limited. Construction material boxes are not limited. This is not good. And this is also not good. These need to have a limit on them, as these are now snatching away very necessary and valuable resources that we need elsewhere right now. Okay, small plates being opened. These most of the time contain not the stuff that we require, so, well, we're just opening them now for the sake of the order there. So we're breaking open that cache with the stone that we got. One of my foragers camps has run out of business. No problem. There's plenty of stuff to go around here. So we could employ right now even more collector camps, but I'm right now not too inclined to do so. All right. So we're definitely not going to be able to get that place going right now this year, but it is okay. We have really more than enough farms running, so I really don't think that this is that important right now. The Harmony Spirit Altar will really be nice, and at that point right now, we're now starting to prefer the humans for the resolve bonus, as we need to win, you know. So, not gonna be exporting stone, that would be really, really dumb at this point. We are going to export some root, though. Next trader will arrive in a minute. As you see there, with all those cornerstones that we got so far, or the guild hall cornerstone and these things, I think we really only have a few bonuses. We are already faring pretty well. The point is, the trading route can be superbly powerful, and we are only using it right now at a fraction of its power, so to speak. This is really, really cool. We weren't too lucky with the cornerstones that we drew. So, well, you know, we could have been really much more lucky in many aspects. So I'm now trying to get as many lizards into the clan hall as possible, as they are especially happy in there. And now we have collector camps, super useful. We also happen to be able to use training gear and incense now for the sake of happiness in the city, which is also a really nice benefit at the side there. So there is a obelisk that we can use, but as a matter of fact, this one I'm going to be tearing down for the crystallized dew. This stuff is at this point of the game so darned valuable and desirable that I will not spend a second thought on that. We are going to use that for more tools, as right now you're basically just mongering every scrap of reputation that you can get to get that bar filled in as fast as possible. That's what you're doing. So hi there, Sahilda. We got a lot of money right now. So packs of goods being produced faster. That comes a little bit late. Yeah, well, anyways, we can buy reeds. That's really good. We are going to buy ourselves, let's see, what's it going to be? Berries are also usable for wine, we already know that. We're going to buy ourselves some extra stone on the side, some bricks maybe. Nah, don't need that. Flour and grain. Well, maybe not the raw grain, something like that. So just like this, or even more going for something like that. Well, that would be all of them. Nah. Rather something like that. I'm holding onto my amber, as with amber we can really buy nice things like these here. I mean, we might be inclined to explore more glades now, but what's most important right now is that I set up my woodcutter camps in the vicinity of a warehouse. You see, here they are really out there in the wilds, and you can already see how my wood income has taken a downward turn. It goes that fast, you see. It's just, you immediately notice that. So we can now sell off that stone, and you might find that a little bit odd, but it's mostly about keeping the money flowing. That is right now the most important thing, as the human populace here in town is going to keep us winning hard. I'm also going to, I think I will even, let's rotate these, I'm not happy with that. Something like that. Wow, the humans are vibing hard right now. Okay. So we could, or we could now consider a incense production as well, but, well, I think we're going to go for a tavern, as the passive effect of that is really good, and we have that wonderful little statue thingy that is exuding even more resolve bonus the more happiness, the more various services we got, so let's just keep going like that. I keep that one on my hand for later. Or do I? No, we don't. We're going to use that immediately. And let's see, we can sell away another part. We could also sell away trade goods, so let's do that. Let's rake in the big dough. 55 amber. That's the stuff. Meanwhile, we are producing enough happiness that the lizards and the humans are producing reputation at the same time. Yeah, and I dare say that we are pretty much on the victory parade here right now. So we are going to go and start smashing up boxes now. That's always the next step. And we can, at this point, since things are running that well, call Zork immediately. Yeah, this does bring a little bit of impatience, but currently I'm sitting on such a large stash of money here that we might as well try and get ourselves some ale. Get ourselves some containers I was hoping for, but, well, that doesn't happen. Let's see. Global food production speed. Gain incense for roots produced. Bam! That is so good. So our temple is now going to be running 24/7. That's exactly the kind of stuff that I was hoping for. And, well, we're going to fill up the rest of that with tools. So I want that. And we are going to sell that. And the best part about all this is this keeps cranking up these cornerstones, and if you get lucky enough to build several of these on top of each other, things get really wacky. As you can have, for example, protected trade several times. There's also trades making cornerstones, making your... we can sell these, can't we? Making your trade routes more powerful, as in giving you extra resolve for levels on the trade routes, and there's really plenty of things that you can do with these. Ah, well, let's do this. Alright. I didn't mind summoning Zork at all, as we have currently a such big supply of reputation gain that the impatience of the queen is not much of a big deal. So we need to rebuild that thing here still. I just realized that this is the one project that got away somehow. So as you see here, wood income is going back up, as the woodcutters are now logistically closer to some place where they can drop it off. It's not easy. It does make so much of a difference. Speaking of a difference, we have here now this tax thing running. So if we play it like this, we can now avoid having to pay the coat tax. I mean, I think no, I wouldn't have enough of that, you see. Very important to do that. So we get to choose another blueprint. Well, I'm going to run with the brickyard, as the brickyard has now one last functionality that will help us out a wee bit, and that is, we can drop that favoring, and that is the capability of producing crystallized dew for us. Speaking about which, we should enable that. Crystallized dew will help us out in producing more tools. Producing more tools will help us out in winning the game. Yeah, you know, we are just right now. Like I said, it's pretty much only the victory parade now. We're now going to have to last through the storm. The newcomers arriving will be powering up the tavern, and then let's see how hardcore this can go. So here we can also now produce pottery. That's really nice. Also bricks. So this ramshackle abode can finally be ripped down. Wonderful. Just what I've been waiting for. Alright, let's only use sea marrow for that industry. And here you can see we can use so many different materials of ours to just make the crystallized dew happen. It's wonderful. Okay. Let's see if we can make another trade route happen. Ah, beautiful. Look at that. Ah, well, maybe that will take a little bit too long, does it? Ah, never mind. So, there we go. Sadly, you only get the rewards for the trade routes when they only when they come back home, so we have to wait a bit for that. And we will gain beaver resolve for wine produce. We're not producing too much wine here, so I'm not down. Hostility reduction from woodcutters. That is good. That will make us win even harder. Wonderful. Alright. And as you see there, we don't even need to favor anybody. They're immediately springing into positive resolve. Yeah. That is the power of a wealthy city. That's exactly what I wanted to showcase this run. I'm very fond of that. And you can see there we're cranking out so much happiness per minute that I really don't feel as if we need to do much more beyond that. I really would like to have some housing here, and we should take in some newcomers to staff out the tavern, as this will make us pop off even harder. So let's go. The humans will be working here, and they'll be loving it. And now we got the whole thing happening again, as you see there. Everybody's springing into happy mode again. And that's not even taking into account all the caches that I still could open here. So one of our camps doesn't have any materials left open. And technically we would be even capable of keeping this going even a wee bit further. As you see there, we now have beaver housing. That means we can now make the beaver people very happy, as we could build even 15 of these houses to accommodate these blokes. So yeah, there's a ton of things that we could do, but I think I'll be just fast forwarding, and I hope this will be enough to win already. But 1.5 reputation per minute, that's freaking solid. There we go. And I think this was a nice showcasing of what you can do with trade. As I want to repeat, this was not a very successful trade run. We only had a couple of orders that played well into the strategy, and only one cornerstone lowering hostility, and the guild hall. Admittedly, the guild hall was a lucky pick, but apart from that, this went down with a minimal setup. This could have been a win 2 years earlier if we would have had a couple of those tasty cornerstones that were lacking for this strategy. I think this was a nice display of what we can do there. So that's been Prestige 1. This series will now continue with a little bit of a different biome, as we have still so many years left. And after that, I hope I can feature the seal map. So feel free in the comment section to let me know what you want to see featured in the series as well, as I will keep continuing making these mini-series with, I guess, 4 episodes each to document a different biome, different prestige levels. I do aim to do a prestige 5, I think, episode and things like these. So I'm all open for ideas, recommendations, questions, requests, all the good things. Thanks for being such a wonderful audience, you all, and leave a thumbs up if you considered this a wonderful video too. And feel free to subscribe. Check out the description box. There is a Discord server. There's Twitch, where I stream each Sunday evening in the Middle European time zone, and of course Patreon, PayPal, and Buy Me a Coffee as the preferred ways and means of supporting this channel. I'd be delighted if you'd give them a look, and a big thanks to everybody who chose to support this channel already. I really appreciate, and a big thanks to you, because right now you are supporting this channel by watching this video until the very last drop. I deeply appreciate that, and I hope you had a wonderful time, and see you soon. Bye bye.